Okay, this is Tex again, and we're going to look at the second in a series of training videos on Twitter FriendAdder. And in this training session, we're actually going to review the Manage Accounts functionality. Uh, this particular function for me is one of the key reasons why I like FriendAdder over some of the other software solutions that are out there. I have multiple accounts. I have 4 primary accounts that I work with all the time. And being able to add in one place without having to log into multiple accounts and be able to see the statistics for each of my accounts here is just huge. I love it. And so if it didn't do anything else, that would be all I would need from this account. But this is actually where you're going to add your account. So typically what happens is when you get FriendAdder, you've already been working with Twitter to some extent. You already have an account. So the first thing you need to do is you need to add account. You can also import accounts if you've got a lot of them. It's so easy to add that unless you've just got a ton of them, I can't imagine why you would do that. That functionality is probably there for the parent product for this particular product, which is the Pro version, which does a lot more automation. Mostly what I don't need, so I don't worry about that. And then export allows you to export the information. Not a biggie again. It's a way to back up the information, but you can always re-add it in anyhow, because it's just pulling the data off of Twitter. This allows you to open whatever account in Internet Explorer, and hopefully in the future he's going to actually not just open that particular account, but log us into that account so we can go to the browser window and be logged in already. But we'll see what happens there. It doesn't do that now. It just opens the account so you can see the profile page or browse around. Then this allows you to remove a particular account. And this removes all the accounts. Can't imagine why you would do that in the way we're working with it, which is, fairly soft. We're not spamming the Twitter. We're just using this program to assist us in building our Twitter list more rapidly. This allows us to relatively position the accounts in any order. Again, with the few accounts that I would imagine most of us are going to be using, it's probably not something, but it was useful. Again, if you had hundreds of accounts, you could get your active ones on top or whatever. The update button actually is useful. What the update button is going to do is whichever of the accounts that's highlighted, if you hit update, it's going to go out and it's going to get the most recent statistics, which in this case it already had them. And the update all does the same thing, but it does it for all the accounts, which in my case is all 4 accounts, so we can see if any of this changes. So this one changed, but you can see it's giving me the statistics that I'm looking for. Again, you can ignore most of these columns. Depending on if you've used FriendAdder from the start, then I think the removed probably is fairly accurate, but as you can see, this one's at 0, whereas that account, obviously with 16,000 followers, I've cycled many times of the follow-unfollow process, and so there would be a lot removed, and they're just not showing that. So, but the ones that are pretty much on every time is going to be the following and followers, and that's what I'm really looking for. So that's how you work with this. Now, how you add an account is click on Add. You add the account that's already out there. This isn't going to create an account. It's merely going to add an existing Twitter account to FriendAdder. So I'm clicking on that. It's going to go get the stats for it, and now TextGish, which is another one of my accounts, and as you can see, it's just a test account. I don't use it for anything except for things like this. And that's how you add that account. Now I can use that account and I could add it to my remove and add functions that I'm doing so that I could build that account up if I wanted to. To remove that account, I just highlight it, hit the remove, and it's going to verify that I want to do that, and then it's off the list again. So the key thing to remember about this screen is it's not actually doing anything but either grabbing a particular account that you've set up in Twitter or not. It's not literally creating the accounts. It's merely adding them to FriendAdder to be used by FriendAdder. So you actually create the accounts elsewhere, and then you can view them from here. This screen is awesome. And that's all there is to manage Twitter accounts. Really straightforward, but just super convenient to be able to see your primary accounts right here. We will talk to you in the next training video.